What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Japan as we continue through the 1978 album Obscure Alternatives. Thank you again to Phil. And the next song on the playlist is Suburban Berlin, which, I'm going to go out on a limb here, might just relate to the social, cultural, and/or demographic factors of late 70s suburban Berlin. But yes, I imagine this will have a very particular meaning, very specific to the time and place, of course. So yes, without any historical knowledge in that realm myself, let's just see what I can pick up. This is Japan. The song is Suburban Berlin, and it's from their 1978 album Obscure Alternatives.
For the ceiling, no vacation on immaculate times, domestic training, a woman's intuition, a love is churning out on factory lines. Unfit behavior, commuters converse in satirical signs. No news in, no personnel crisis, new indifferent industrial crimes. Strategies, I don't believe in a word they said. City limits, no more information. Go follow navigation in your head. Welcome to Suburban Berlin.
Wild. So it's another one which has a funky feel. There's almost a bit of a blues vibe in the verses, like somewhere between blues and funk. But the chorus definitely had a slightly different flavor, mostly because of those string, like those bowed string sweeps. And then there were a couple points along the way where there was like a tension string running through the track. But also, I think, like a keyboard layer that stood out at the end. Sylvian's vocals were, as I've come to know them from these first couple albums, but maybe ever so slightly closer to his later vocals on the albums that I've already gone through. But yeah, definitely the extensions from Mr. Sylvian were notable, and like at the end there was a point where I was sort of drawing attention to that tension string, but the whole time Sylvian's voice was extending like right under it, which by the time he got to the end of the extension I was like, oh, like I was thinking about one element, but I just noticed, his voice is right there with it all along. So yeah, I don't really know what's happening here. I think it's maybe more geographical. I mean, that's by its very nature. Suburban Berlin, you're saying it's, in an outlying area within the greater Berlin metropolis. But yeah, it's saying like navigation is in your head, something like that, which again, you can navigate things socially or culturally. But when I heard that, I was like, oh, are we literally talking about the geographical space of the suburbs of Berlin? But I didn't catch too much else clearly. So it's one that I'll have to listen to again and let it sink in. Obviously, if you have any insights, please do let me know. But I was a bit more keyed into the sonics on this one, including Sylvian's vocals. But yeah, again, his vocals, they don't sound quite as sneering or as edgy as they have in earlier songs from these first couple albums. The first album maybe in particular. I will say though, the vocals in the beginning of the track, they were making me think that he sounded almost a little bit like a young Brian Ferry. Like it sounded a bit like Roxy Music, which again, like my understanding of their influence, has been, I've been paying attention to that since I began going through, number one, Japan, but also Roxy Music. I mean, even all the way back to when I was first going through Duran Duran, there were a couple people who noted that, Roxy Music had been an inspiration to a few different bands, including early Duran Duran. But yeah, there was just a moment in the first minute or two of the track where I was thinking like, oh, it's not the same voice, but it reminds me a bit of the like vocal eccentricity of Ferry's vocals on Roxy Music tracks. In any case, a cool tune, as I said, with still a funky flavor, a bit of a bluesy vibe, and then a very flourishing type of chorus. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.